Bruh, bruh, bruh. Well, hey there, everybody. It's this is the under $2 video. Luckily, there are not nearly as many of these. If we make it through this, then we'll make it to the under $1, which there are a ton of. And if we make it through that, then congratulations, you will have my complete guide to the Steam Summer Sale 2024. Let's get down to it. So first up, Aces of the Luftwaffe Squadron. This is like some people complain because this used to be a mobile game. I'm pretty sure. But so did Skyforce, and Skyforce is my absolute favorite. The Skyforce Anniversary and Reloaded are my favorite vertical shooters of all time. And this one is pretty darn good. It's I find it to be a whole lot of fun. Um, it's very bullet hellish, but if you like that sort of thing, well, then here you go. A bullet hell shooter that is plenty of fun, and it is $1.97, just under the $2 mark. Oh, here we go. Alien Breed Impact. Yeah, I put this on the list twice. I did have the whole bundle, because you can buy the whole bundle. Um, and yeah, I put the bundle in the under $5 category. This game is just barely more than $1, which puts it in the under $2 category. But seriously, these three games, if you're not sure, just buy the first one and play it. You'll see that Alien Breed, these are the best isometric shooters. I wish I had gameplay footage. But this is not gameplay footage. This is just showing you the sorts of things that you're going to shoot. As it turns out, aliens, because the game is called Alien Breed Impact. But yeah, it's a whole lot of fun. It is honestly, this is my favorite isometric shooting series ever, and I love isometric shooters. So yeah, if my encouragement means anything, Alien Breed Impact, get it, see if you like it, and if you do, get the rest of the series. They are not very expensive. The Binding of Isaac. This is a classic twin sticky roguelite ish. And once again, what happened to all my gameplay? Oh, and why are these screenshots so tiny? Anyway, you're a little crying kid and your tears hurt people. Uh and so you go through this weird hellish underworld and shoot people with your tears. It's a weird game, but it's also a whole lot of fun. There is a reason why it is an absolutely beloved indie classic. So, yeah, if you haven't played Binding of Isaac, it's time. Um, BlazBlue Calamity Trigger. There are a ton of BlazBlue games on Steam, whole bunches of them. This is the first one that I bought. I think I have two of them. Um, but this is the first one that I bought, and if you really like your 2D type fighters, and you've played all of your Mortals Kombat and your Streets Fighter, uh and even if you've gone as far as to play the Dark Stalkers, that's the game, right? The one with Morrigan, the big boob bat lady. Anyway, that's how we describe her, right? Anyway, but yeah, this game is part of the BlazBlue series, and it's fun. I think it's really fun. And so yeah, it's I believe it's the cheapest BlazBlue game that you can get at $1.49. And if you want to find out whether or not you like the BlazBlue series, it's a good way to hop in. Castle Crashers, another absolute classic. This game is so much fun and so funny. This is another one that my son and I have played quite a bit. And yeah, it really is something else. Like it's got this really fun art style. Yeah, made by the same people who made Alien Hominid, if you aren't getting all these Alien Hominid references. But yeah, it's super much fun and a really cool game that you should definitely play and play with friends because the multiplayer in this is really good. It is a buck 49, and yeah, it's a whole lot of fun for a buck 49. Let's see. Ooh, Celeste. Yeah, I'm just giving nonstop bangers over here. Celeste is a classic in the realm of difficult platformers or precise platformers. So yeah, you're this girl with the red hair with a bird on her head, uh, who then has to jump through things. Go jump through things, girl. Yeah. Uh, Around things, over things, spiky spikes. And the fun thing about this game is that um, there are these little strawberries that you can pick up. And if you get all the strawberries, the game is a whole lot harder. If you don't get the strawberries, then even a mere mortal can get through the game eventually, because it is a difficult slash precision platformer. Anyway, it's a buck 99 and it's a really really good game. Circle Empires. Now this is a game for people who like the idea of RTSs more than they like RTSs, because it is, and actually I think people who like RTSs would enjoy this as well. Basically, you know how RTSs work, where it's like, okay, this is your bit of land and then your enemies are over here and under the fog of war, you know. Anyway, with Circle Empires, it's all just circles. And when you invade another circle with your circle, then you can take it over, and then you got to leave some guys on that circle and then try and make your way. And you get to decide. This is what makes the game super fun. You get to decide how many circles you're going to put out there, how many circles you're going to be playing on. Do you want to play an RTS for like 20 minutes? Okay, we choose four circles rather than like 27 or whatever. Um, and so the expandability of this game allows you to pick it up and put it down a lot more easily than your standard RTS. And it's got a lot less foofara, a lot less pointless fluff. It's just down to the bare bone basics of what an RTS needs to be. Grab these guys, send them over here. Build a base so that I can make more dudes. You know, that kind of stuff. Like, it's very straightforward. And so even if you're not an RTS person, you can enjoy it. It is a buck 79. Crisis in the Kremlin. This game is only for very specific types of people. If you like strategy, uh, and you enjoy the Cold War as a concept, not that anybody was like, boy, this Cold War sure is fun. Anyway, yeah, Crisis in the Kremlin is global politics. You are trying to run Mother Russia and run her well, and do what needs to be done in order to be victorious, whatever that happens to mean for you. This is a very much choices matter type game, uh, but like, yeah, it's also, there's a learning curve to it, and the strategy is really strategic, so you have to really have some time to put into learning the game and then really like consider what it is that you're doing. So yeah, there's quite a bit of reading in this game. I just throw that out there because for some people they'll be like, ugh, reading, that's a deal breaker. But like, yeah, you got to keep your own country stable as you expand outward. And like, it's a really, really cool idea. Very well done. And it is a $1.99 for a real interesting strategy game. Dreaming Sarah is a fun one because it's a Metroidvania. These games with the no gameplay. It's a Metroidvania that's weird and it's also non-violent, which sounds like, wait a minute, Metroidvania, but non-violent? Yeah, that's exactly it. You are like wandering through this world and the dream world and trying to figure out what's real and what's not, how you can manipulate the world to get to places that you haven't been. Um, it's very satisfying. Uh, yeah, it's very satisfying to play. It's also, uh, I cannot stress this enough. It is pretty weird, but it's also a very unique gameplay experience. You can see here, very positively rated by over 2,000 people. Why? Because it's literally the most unique Metroidvania you will ever play, probably. Uh, I don't know. Maybe there will be another one, but the yeah, it's I've never played anything like it. It's a $1.79, and it is an experience. It's one of those games that emphasizes the experience of playing it over the like hacking and slashing your way through hordes of enemies, which I also like that too. I like that a whole bunch. Most of the time, that's what I prefer. But every now and again, it's nice to play something different, and that is Dreaming Sarah. Flatout 2. Now, there are multiple games in the Flatout series, but this, again, with the no gameplay footage, this is the one that is the most fun with the games that you can play. So you can do like demolition derbies, but the most fun thing, do they have footage? Come on, you got it, bruh. They don't show footage of the thing that makes this game the most fun, which is they've got all these like goofy competitions for like you'll drive as fast as you can down a ramp and then hit a concrete barrier and send your driver flying, and then you try to see like who can send their driver the farthest. Those mini games are it for this. Like there's regular campaign mode, but those mini games are everything. They are so much fun, and anybody will tell you when you're playing Flatout 2, it's all about the mini games. It's a $1.99, and yeah, this is the best of the Flatout games, and very, very much fun. It's been around since 2006. It's getting close to 20 years old, and it is still so much fun. Hacknet, very similar to Crisis in the Kremlin in terms of, okay, here we go. Yeah, you're going to have to do some reading. But the beautiful thing about this is that it recreates the early days of internet and hacking and stuff. It, I mean, not 100% accurately, obviously, but like it's really, really interesting. You're solving a mystery and helping someone out through your computer. Like you don't leave your computer, and you are just hacking and cracking your way through and then trying to cover your tracks. And it's there's nothing, well, I won't say nothing like it. There are other hacker type games, but this is one of the most beloved. Yeah, you thought I got a BSOD right there for a second, didn't you? Anyway, uh but one of the most beloved games in this genre, and it's a buck 49. So if you're interested in hacking the early days of computers, if you don't mind doing a little bit of reading and a little bit of text-based adventure, a little bit, it's not fully it's there's also a graphical interface. It's just very simplistic. But yeah, this game is really cool. All right. Hotline Miami, another banger, another classic of indie awesomeness. Hotline Miami is a top down shooter that is unbelievably violent. It is just brutally, gruesomely violent. It and its sequel, Hotline Miami 2, so yeah, it's very fun if you like top-down shooters, which I sure do. And yeah, the whole thing about it being wildly violent, it it is. So for $1.99 you can get it. For $4.29 you get a bundle with Hotline Miami 2 and a soundtrack and everything. It's a whole deal. uh it's a good time and very very fun, uh unbelievably violent. Okay, here's another pilgrim hat game. Look, it's always guy with pilgrim hat pulled low over the eyes who's got to fight vampires or werewolves or vampire werewolves or both or whatever. Yeah, so this Victor Vran and Grim Dawn. I don't think Victor Vran is on sale. But yeah, there's a few incredible adventures of Van Helsing games. There's this one, there's a director's cut, there's Van Helsing 2. But yeah, it's basically, look at this. You see down here with the red and the blue, Diablo. It's a Diablo type game, and Diablo type games are super fun. I love them. And so yeah, you give me a dude in a pilgrim hat who gets cool weapons and kills baddies. All right, fun. A buck 49. You can also get the complete pack. You can also get the whole shebang. Oh, there's a 3. I didn't know there was a 3. Maybe I need the whole shebang. Anyway, regardless, it is, it's a pilgrim hat game and it's very fun. Love me some pilgrim hat. This is one of my wife's favorite games. It is Islanders, which is one of the most casual games out there. Basically, you're building up an island community. You can put down these units, but you can't put them next to other units, and optimizing them, putting them in the right places, is going to optimize these little donut things that you get. And if you get enough of those, then you get to go to the next island and do the same, and just keep going until you get a high score. Yeah, pretty much. And it's really funny because like my wife has put hours and hours into this game, and she's really good at it and enjoys it, because it's both very relaxing and also a decent challenge, to create something that is eventually massively complex, but you build that complexity one piece at a time. Anyway, Islanders is a buck 74, and if you like casual puzzly type gameplay, this is right up your alley. Just Cause 2, I told you I'm doing the Just Cause games. Just Cause 2 is very much like Just Cause 3, only it's older. That's the big difference. So it doesn't have all the bells and whistles, but it's the same idea. It's like a Grand Theft Auto type game, big open world. You can do pretty much whatever you want, but there is an episodic storyline, that you play through missions. And basically, the whole thing is that, like, it's a stupid action movie. It's one of those action movies where you're like, oh, that's not how physics is. And yeah, you make your dude do things that are literally impossible. That's the fun of the game. Uh, and so, like, yeah, look at him just grabbing onto this truck, and then he's gonna jump onto this truck and grab that guy and check him out the window. And, like, yeah, there's a lot of that kind of stuff in this game, and it's super duper fun to just go full ham, just go crazy, like, forget the mission for a while and just go see what kind of havoc you can cause it, because it turns out a lot. It's $1.49 for the game. You can get a bundle because it's got, look at how much freaking DLC it has, like a stupid amount of DLC. I haven't played Just Cause 4 because there is one of those. But yeah, someday. But for $1.50 for the base game, you would not believe how much game you are purchasing at that price point. Uh, Shing. Shing is the sound that a sword makes when you draw it. It's interesting. This is an action roguelite that is also a really fun beat 'em up. And yeah, show actual gameplay footage, not just cutscene. Okay. There's all the characters on the toilet. That's fun. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this is what it's like. It's combo madness, and the procedural generation of the thing makes it really fun and interesting to keep playing through it. Anyway, really good game and highly recommended. Especially if you like roguelikes, and especially if you like beat 'em ups. It is $1.99. Stick Fight the Game. Stick Fight the Game is just crazy town. You gotta play multiplayer. That's just the way that it goes. You can play against CPUs, but it's better to play against people. Even better if you're playing against people that you're in the same room as, but you don't have to be. There's online multiplayer and whatnot. And the levels are highly destructible. And you'll find sometimes that, like, you will accidentally kill yourself, and that's why your opponent will win rather than them outplaying you as you outplaying yourself. But yeah, it's crazily fantastic. Um, and it's just nonstop action. Every single level, it just drops you in, and it's like, kill each other. Here's a gun that shoots snakes. You know, it's $1.99, and it is a really fun multiplayer experience. Super Amazing Wagon Adventure. Is this on sale? Did I see? Yeah, $1.01 for slightly more than $1. I'm pretty sure this has been cheaper, but this is basically the Wagon from Oregon Trail, but like, yeah, with those Atari 2600 graphics, and you're just going, yeah, it's basically if Oregon Trail was more murderous. Uh, so yeah, that's the fun part about it. Yeah, roguelike because it is procedurally generated. It sure is. And it feels like an Atari 2600 game, but it is a silly goose of a game. I mean, yeah, and for $1.01, you could certainly do much worse. I think this game is hilarious. Anyway, Ultra Space Battle Brawl is Pong, basically, except for it's got all of these crazy gameplay mechanics. So yeah, all these different characters, and you are essentially, actually it's a little bit more like Warlords, if you know that game, because Warlords for the Atari 2600 is the greatest multiplayer party game ever made. This is true. This is a factual statement. But this game is right up there in terms of bringing that type of gameplay. There's a lot of different enemies and different things that you can do in this game, even though it is basically just Pong, but it is, I hate to say Pong on steroids. It's Pong on, I don't know, something weird and trippy. Uh I don't want to say. I don't want to endorse drugs, kids. Anyway, $1.49 for the Ultra Space Battle Brawl. Wizodd. Wizodd is another funny little game. It'll give you Zelda vibes, but it's also like it's endless dungeon crawly madness, and you play as a wizard and you're just trying to not die all the time because everything is trying to kill you. And there are big boss fights that are really fun and funny. And there's just endless enemies and hazards and whatnot. And you never know when you go through a door, is it going to be like a ton of enemies? Is it going to be a shopkeeper? Is it going to be a boss battle? Like, you have no idea. You're just making your way and trying to stay alive. It's a lot of frantic fun, and it is $1.49. Last but not least, Zombie Estate 2. Yeah, Zombie Estate 2. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Yeah, what did it say about it being like the number one awesome Xbox arcade game? Yeah, pretty much. That's what this is, and now it's on Steam. Uh so basically it's these endless streams of zombies, and you got to go around, you got to pick up money so you can purchase upgrades, and you got to pick up bullets so that you can keep shooting so that you can stay alive. That's basically it. And it is multiplayer. Yeah, over 100 wacky weapons. Yes, indeed. It is a lot of really unique weapons that do a lot of fun and crazy things. And yeah, it's a lot of fun to play. It is $1.24, and that will do it for our games under $2. We've only got one video left to make. That is the games under $1. So I'll be back with that one, and then you'll have my complete guide to the Steam Summer Sale 2024. Thanks for being here for this one, and also possibly the other ones. Anyway, people, that's going to do it for this one. I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.